In our buried lead, that's what we call stories that we don't think are getting enough attention. When 3 women accused a Tennessee state representative of abusing them when they were teenagers and he was their high school basketball coach, many in Tennessee assumed that the state representative would step down. In fact, his own party asked him to. But not only did the Republican stay in office, he was reelected to a 3rd term with 78% of the vote. And he was just named chairman of a key state House education subcommittee. Now, one of his chief defenders is Tennessee's House Speaker, who was secretly recorded talking about the abuse survivors. The women say they've been ostracized from their rural Tennessee communities for coming forward and stating what happened to them. The House Speaker's response, quote, "If I was raped, I would move." CNN's Victor Blackwell has the story.
Christy Rice says that when she was a student at Wayne County High School in southwest Tennessee, her basketball coach, David Byrd, sexually assaulted her.
You know, you'd have to come in the office after ball games, and, you know, we're supposed to be reviewing plays, reviewing the game, and it was touching.
Now, 30 years later, Coach Byrd is 3rd-term Tennessee State Representative Byrd. For years, Rice said that as long as she was the only victim, she planned to keep the alleged abuse a secret. But after she says she heard from 2 other alleged victims, Rice confronted the Republican representative by phone, and she secretly recorded this call last February.
I have been so sorry. For that. I've lived with that, and you don't know how hard it has been for me.
Byrd apologizes several times during the call, but he never says what it is that he's apologizing for.
When we have communion at church every Sunday, that's something that, I'm still, asking forgiveness for.
Did he actually say, "I touched your breast and I'm so sorry"? No, he did not. But like I said, the entire content of the conversation, the 18 minutes, is all about sex and the effect that it did have on me and the other 2 that have come forward.
We reached out to Representative Byrd several times, even visited his Nashville office and Wayne County home to ask him about the accusations. There was no answer at either. Rice and the 2 other accusers told their stories to local reporters last year. But despite their graphic claims and the recording of Byrd's apology, he was reelected in November by a 56-point margin. And now he's the new chair of the House Education Administration Subcommittee.
Yes, he'll do a good job.
That's Tennessee Republican House Speaker Glenn Casada on the left. He supports Byrd in this video that filmmaker and former Democratic congressional candidate Jason Canoe says he secretly recorded in January. Canoe posted this tape this week.
I don't think they're lying. I think they're believing something that's not true.
If you listen to those tapes, there's nothing else that man could be talking about.
And I disagree. I just disagree.
What are the other, what's the other thing that he could have done that would have caused this?
I don't know.
However, when Canoe tells the speaker the women say they are being ostracized in their communities, and that's why they've stayed quiet for 30 years, the speaker says,
If I was raped, I would move and hell would have no fury.
Where should we all move?
Speaker Casada would not speak with CNN on camera, but in a statement he says, in part, if you actually listen to the context of the conversation, it is abundantly clear what was meant by my statement. If you have been raped or sexually assaulted in any way, you should absolutely move to hold those involved fully accountable for their actions. Rice says she's a Democrat, but this is not about politics.
Do you think Representative Byrd should keep his chairmanship, should keep his seat in the Tennessee State House?
No, personally, I don't think he should.
Victor Blackwell, CNN, Waynesboro, Tennessee.
And our thanks to Victor Blackwell for that story. Before we go, be sure to tune into CNN's State of the Union this Sunday morning. My guest will be Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. You can watch at 9 a.m. and noon Eastern, Sunday, only on CNN. Our coverage on CNN continues right now. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see you Sunday morning.